Sound test. Sound test. Okay. Missing the singing bowl. Gone. Have your toys, if you have, meaning your blocks. If you have something to sit on, have that. Welcome everyone. I'm gonna just peek and see who's on. Cynthia, hello. Jacqueline, hello. Make sure all my notifications are off. And we'll get started momentarily. Hi, good morning. Yeah. Just checking one more thing before we start. Do not disturb on. Great. Okay, well, welcome back to Tuesday Mornings Live. God, it feels like it's been a long time since I taught this class, which is crazy because it's really been only 7 days. So I wonder why it feels like a long time. Time is ethereal, I guess, and relative. That's my dog. Her sitter is coming any moment. Okay, so lovely to be here. Let's start with a comfortable seat. I mean, there's so much to say, but I'd really like to just get you guys to have a good embodied practice. So what I'm working with students these days is the idea that we can use the practice to clear the holding patterns. So we have different attachments, we have aversions, we have pleasure, we have pain, and we store that somatically in our body in different areas. And when we do yoga practice, we invite the moving of that a little bit more. So I feel like that's really one of the great things about yoga, in addition to all the other myriad of benefits that we feel in our body and in our minds and our spirit. But this somatic piece is really huge. So let's have a somatic experience this morning together. Come to a comfortable seat, please. Support your pelvis any way that is appropriate to your body. So what we want is that the low spine comes forward and that the knees are not high. And the only way to get the knees not high is sometimes to be on more of a lift. More of a lift. So you could be up a little bit. Okay? I'm pretty comfortable right about here. Make sure your knees are comfortable. And then let's om in and find our breath. So take a deep and full inhale. Exhale, drop the shoulders down. Allow your elbows to be heavy. Sometimes drawing the elbows back a little bit can be useful. And that allows the shoulder blades to soften. On the inhale, we notice the heart and the top chest lifts up. On the exhale, we soften the belly. Let's take a moment of gratitude for our bodies, that they can arrive in this space and time and serve us in the practice. And then gratitude, loving kindness, gratitude outward to anything that you want to honor right now. And then let's begin practice with one round of breath into sound of Om. Full inhale. Good. Namaste, good morning. Anyone that's just popping on, good morning. Okay, let's inhale, take both arms, reach up. Exhale, twist to the right. Lift your heart, drop the shoulders. Breathe fully. Keep the twist, de-rotate the head. Please look over the left shoulder or the front shoulder. Inhale, take it back up. Exhale, twist. Inhale, lift your heart. Rotate the head, initially looking over the back shoulder. Inquisitively, curious. Keep the twist and then de-rotate the head, look over the front shoulder. Good, release, unwind. So let's come forward onto hands and knees. I'm going to do a couple different options this morning with our cat-cow action. So the first option is a standard cat-cow. So tucking the toes. On the inhale, we lift the tailbone, we drop the belly, we pull the heart forward, gaze up. As we exhale, navel to spine, chin to chest. Good, and then move with your breath cycle in and out. And this is a wonderful practice if you're feeling a little bit tender or tight in the low back today, or if you're a beginner, stay with this. If you've been practicing for a while, one more option. We'll do about 10 rounds of this. Those practicing for a little longer or who are feeling pretty open right now, we'll tuck the toes and lift the hips up and back into dog pose. And then we'll do cat-cow from dog pose. Inhale, lifting heels, walk the feet back, come forward to plank. Slowly drop the hips and lift the heart. Exhale, lift the tailbone, roll back, down dog. So this one looks like an undulation of the spine, but obviously there's a little more joint pressure and definitely a little more potential for the low back to get more of this work. So do what works for you. Either continue with the cat-cow Vidalasana that we started with, or plank, up dog, down dog cycle. The spine, imagine the spine starts at the tailbone, which it does at the tailbone, but then it goes all the way up to the crown of the head, right above the ears. The spine really kind of stops at the neck, upper neck. but let the whole head be part of that action. Continue with your breath. Typically the inhale brings us forward, the exhale takes us back. And with the cat-cow on the knees, actually you can do either. You know, you can inhale, lift chest, and exhale, tuck the chin, or the opposite. Exhale, coming forward, and inhale, rounding, which is a different impact, but equally useful. Good, and then when you complete what's about 10 rounds for your body, let's release, big toes touch, knees come wide, release the hips back towards your heels. Let the forehead rest down, maybe to the mat, or maybe elbows bent out to the side, palms down, or stacking fists. This pose is deeply about allowing. So each pose has a bit of a personality. Good. And then when you're ready, let's walk the hands forward again and come into all fours. Tuck the toes. So take the lumbar curvature, tailbone lifting up, lumbar curving inward to the body, and then lift the hips up and back. Let's go ahead and bend the knees a lot and walk the feet till they're on the edges of your sticky mat. So they're pretty wide here. Heels are high, and then activate, press the hands down forward. I want to walk my hands back a little bit. Sometimes if the hands are slippy, you're going to go a little bit shorter to get more traction, more friction. Knees bent, heels high, and then as feeling comfortable, consider walking heels downish and still reaching those hands forward. Good. And then let's rotate the wrist. So turn the wrist and the upper arm bones really out so the fingers go wide. Thumbs in and fingers wide, and try that out for a moment. So the hands are turned out this way. Okay? Jazz hands. Okay? Out to the side. Use myself. Okay? And then come down to the knees. And then do the opposite. Fingers in. Tuck the toes, lift up. Try that out. Notice what's going on in the shoulder joint when we do that action. Good. And then release. Good. Let's rotate the wrist. And then rotate the wrist the other way. Good. Shake it out. Shake it up. Shake it down. Get into those wrists. This is one of the best Qigong activities for wrists, I think. Good. And then come back to fingers neutral. So I usually do like middle finger vertical or thumbs in a little bit. And then you get to decide in your body what feels best and come back to a down dog position. Lifting hips. Let's take a huge inhale here. Exhale, press back. And then huge inhale. Exhale, lion's breath. Stick out the tongue, good roar. Big inhale. One more big inhale. Look forward, and then let's walk the feet forward between the hands. Find ourselves near the top of the mat in forward fold. Feet hips distance apart. Hands down to the yoga blocks or the floor, whatever's working. Soften the knees a little and let the head hang. Allowing for a little more space between the spine, between the vertebrae of the spine. Good. And then let's inhale, lengthen the spine forward, heart forward, shoulders back. Inner thighs back. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, we lengthen. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, we lengthen. Exhale, hands to the hips, elbows back. Root through the heels, rise up. Good. Find Tadasana, mountain pose. See if I can get my head in this camera shot. Find Tadasana, mountain pose. Roll the shoulders back. Let's grab a block. If you have a block, grab a block. Put it between your thighs on the narrow distance. If you don't have a block, you could use a book or a pillow, probably a pillow, but a book would work okay. Block between the thighs or book between the thighs. I'm going to read this one next. Okay, stand in Tadasana with your block. Squeeze the inner thighs. Take the hands to the pelvis. I always used to say before yesterday, roll the shoulders back. But in fact, shoulder heads roll back, shoulder blades roll forward. Roll the shoulder blades forward and lift your heart. Gaze up. Squeeze your block. Breathe fully. All those things. Maybe, if it's comfortable, a little further back. Notice the heart rate. Notice the head alignment. Make the head part of the rest of the spine. Good. Come up to neutral. Go ahead and inhale. Take the arms, reach up. Exhale, fold forward, up and down. We've still got the block. If you've got a block. If you've got a book and it falls out, then just take it out to the side. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, step back to plank pose with your block. Hold your block. Draw the navel in. Or hold a pillow. Notice the head. Make it a part of the rest of the spine. So when we integrate the head into our practice, we potentially activate areas of the brain. Instead of going forward, just frontal lobe, we use the back brain as well. See if that's possible. Now that's a neurological claim that I can't back up with science, but keeping the head integrated will stimulate different areas of the brain. Good. Inhale. Exhale, lower to the knees, and then lower down to the belly. Can you still squeeze your block? Inhale, come up to back bend. Open the chest. Exhale, forward and down. Inhale, come up to back bend. Open the chest. Exhale, forward and down. One more. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, release. Tuck the toes. Draw the navel back. Maybe draw the navel back and go low plank to high plank, or hands and knees and back to dog pose. Take it back. Hold your block. As if someone's pulling your block from behind, just gently lift the block up to the sky. Good. Full deep breath. Toes are spreading wide. Good. And let's go ahead and release that prop. Inhale, let's send the right leg up and back. Exhale, step the right foot forward to a lunge. Good. Now stamp your right heel down to the mat. Lift the heart a little. Push the inner line of the left heel back. And let's come up to high lunge. Now if this is a lot for your body, go ahead and drop the back knee down. Roll the shoulders back. Shoulder heads back. Shoulder blades forward. And lift up. Take the arms, reach up. Inhale. Exhale, let's take the left hand down. Right arm up. Twisting towards the front knee. Lift your collarbones. Gaze either down to the middle or up. Good. One more inhale. Here. Exhale all the way. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Inhale, rise up strongly to the sky. Exhale, release both hands down. Let's step back, top of a push-up. Inhale here. Exhale, slowly lower. Consider use of the knees. Inhale, forward and up. Pull the shoulder heads back and the shoulder blades forward. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left leg goes up high to the sky. So notice how I can get kind of saggy and lazy in the upper body. Can we press down through the hands and keep activity in all areas of the body? Good. Exhale, let's step through. Squeeze the inner thighs. Drop weight down to your left heel firmly. And then hands to the hips. Elbows back. Inhale, we rise up. Notice the front shin. If possible, it's vertical. Now, if you need the support, go down to the knee. That's fine. Roll the shoulders, shoulder blades forward, shoulder heads back. Lift your collarbones. If the knee is lifted, back knee, straighten it. Gaze goes up, arms go up. Imagine we are pressing the block between the two hands and then activate the arms a lot. Work fully. Good. Right hand comes down, left arm goes up, twisting lunge. Notice the head. Would you care to look down, to the side, or up? Lift your collarbone, both of them, hopefully. Good. Squeeze the inner thighs. Let's inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, release both hands to the mat. This time, let's step forward, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, long spine. Let's rise all the way up. Arms up overhead. Exhale, Samasthiti, equal standing pose. Good. So, I'm going to step back a little bit. Lateral stretch. So you can stay at the front of the mat. I'm just trying to manage camera action. Lateral fold. Let's inhale, take both arms, reach up. Interlace the fingers, release the index fingers, like a church steeple pose. Good. And then from here, let's separate the feet a little bit. Go up and over to the right. Good. Now lift your left heel up off the mat just a tad and go a little farther to the right. Good. Keep that action and drop the heel down. Continue to breathe. Gaze up a little. Good. Inhale, come to center. Exhale, switch. Reaching away with the fingers, especially the index finger, and then lift that right heel a little bit. Notice if you can go a little bit further to the left, and then drop the heel. Reach fully. Inhale, come back up to center. Exhale, release the arms. Nicely done. Stand with the 2 feet together. Find what's called mountain pose, Tadasana. Also called Samasthiti, equal standing pose. The poses were named mostly for natural features and animals, sometimes plants. Let's draw the right knee into the chest, externally rotate, and go ahead and place that foot low, medium, or high for tree pose, and then squeeze in through the pelvic floor. So there's a nice rooting down through the inner left heel, squeezing up and in. Let's take our arms wide in tree pose today, and go ahead and turn your palms face up. Good. And then draw the hands back and the shoulder blades forward and lift your collarbones up. Gaze up. A little bit of a back bend here. Test the edge. So one of my teachers used to say, if you're not almost falling over once in a while, we're not quite pushing the edge. We want to test our edge a little bit. So consider that. Arms back a little more, heart forward a little more. Hands behind the back, heart forward, one of my favorite artists says. Come back to neutral. Let's interlace the fingers now. Roll the shoulders back, shoulder heads back, lift your heart. Good. Maybe that standing leg's getting a little tired. Imagine those redwood trees, hundreds and hundreds of years standing, never tired. Utilize nature. Where can you shift a little bit so that we can hold a little longer? Maybe till June 1st. Release. Shake it out. No pun intended there. Okay, let's do the second side. Be like a tree. They count their time differently than we do. Draw the knee in. Externally rotate. Place the foot. Good. Squeeze in, pelvic floor. So see, it can go like this, where I'm doing kind of lazy, or I can squeeze in the pelvic floor. So please do that the second. Okay? Although sometimes it's okay to be lazy, a little bit, you know. I encourage it, actually. I was so lazy that my hammock ripped this week. So that's an interesting commentary on life. Inhale, arms go wide. The hammock said, nope, no more for you. Squeeze in. Draw the arms back. Lift your chest a little more. Good. Lift your chest a little more. Draw the arms back. So you can't see it now from this angle, but I am working a back bend. Now, if you're a beginner, standing upright might be pushing your edge already, and so stay with that. And it's like we accept it. We accept where we are. Instead of thinking we want to be somewhere different, we accept it. If you're a beginner, be a beginner. Enjoy that. It's actually a pretty fun time, the yoga practice, honestly. Good. Squeeze in. Lift a little more. Good. Can we root the heel? Maybe the arms want to grow now. Try that out. And release it down. Give it a little shake out. Nicely done. Stomp the heels a little. Shake it out a little. Do a little dance party. Maybe turn. Be silly. You're the only one watching. Yourself, I mean. I'm silly, but in front of you guys. Shake it out. Okay. One of the best parts of being at home a lot is just dancing all the time. You know? We can do that. All right, let's come back to the top of our mat. Tadasana this time. Let's get serious. Take the feet together. Okay. We'll go into a bit of a back bend. Inhale, lift up. Open chest. Exhale, fold forward, out, and down. Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, step walker float back to plank pose. Lower through. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, take it back, downward facing dog. Inhale, let's stretch the right leg up and back. Open up the hip, bend the knee. Press down forward through those hands. I like to peek underneath the left armpit on this one. Thanks to one of my old yoga teachers for that trick. Love it. Extend the leg square the hip, look forward, step through, back heel comes down. Warrior one, we rise up. Let's take a modification. Humble warrior, interlace the fingers behind. Roll the shoulders back. Inhale, lift the chest. That's what we skipped on the other side on the triangle. Sorry about that. Exhale, fold forward. Humble warrior. Inhale, we rise up. Exhale, release both hands to the mat. Option to go through a flow or option to skip the flow. If you flow slow. Inhale, left leg goes up. Open up, stack the hip, bend the knee. Now it's easy to overlift the shoulders. Go ahead and peek underneath that right armpit. Overdo it in the shoulders. Drop your right heel towards the mat. Gently. Good. We extend the legs where the hip looks forward, back foot comes forward, back heel comes, or front foot comes forward, back heel comes down. Inhale, we rise up, warrior one. Exhale, let's take it to humble warrior. So left hip's pulling back. Interlace fingers, switch the interlace. Inhale, lift chest. Exhale, float forward. Consider a bend in the elbows. That helps those shoulder blades actually move forward. And release. Inhale, let's rise all the way up. Exhale, both hands down to the mat. Option to flow through. If you need a rest, child's pose, wonderful place to rest. Otherwise, flow through. We take it to down dog. Now those in child's pose, when you feel ready for it, meet the rest in down dog, meet me in down dog. Good, and then let's lower to the forearms. Please come measure your forearm distance by grabbing opposite elbows and then place the hands down. Try to keep the elbows in. Now, if you still have a block, we might hold a block between the palms, like so. Or, if that doesn't work for you, so this is the first position, like so. Palms are down in this to the mat. Second position, if that doesn't work, is knife edge of the hand to the block. Okay, that's different. So choose which one is going to work for you. All right? For many, the palms down works just fine, but for others, that's a no-go. Tuck the toes and lift the hips, and then actively press the elbows down forward as we lift the pelvis back. Now bend the knees, lift the heels, and draw the low spine in to the body. And then again, activate, press back, or press forward through the elbows. Beautiful. Good, and let's walk the feet back. And walk the chest forward, come into plank pose. Now if you're on the knife edge now, we'll probably transition the right palm down, and then we'll spin onto the right elbow and take the left hand for the hip, or up. Vashisthasana side plank. Lift your heart. Gaze goes up and breathe. 3 and 2 and 1. Exhale, both elbows down. Walk the feet in to what's called dolphin. Again, lift up. We're like a pod of dolphins, just ever so once in a while popping out of the water, swimming by. Okay, second side. Come back to plank. Palms come down. Then we switch it out. Left elbow down, right hand to the hip to start. The inner thighs are squeezing in towards one another. They don't necessarily touch. Squeeze in. And then this shoulder blade moves forward. Heart lifting. Good. And then release both elbows down and walk the feet in. Become a dolphin. Pop out of that water for a moment. Maybe pop out of the house for a moment. And then let's release it down. Rest. Pause. Feel. Walk the hands in right underneath the sides of the sides of the chest. And come up. Good. Let's take a tall spine here. Hands to the heart. Tune in to the somatics of your body. Notice what's going on in there. So yoga is not necessarily to be used as a way kind of out of the world. It's a way to be deeply in the world, to deeply feel. But when we feel, the invitation is to not let it get stuck, which is one reason why flow yoga, flowing, can be nice. It's like we don't stick it anywhere. We just keep going a little bit. Not for it to get stuck. It's for us to move through, fully feel, and then move forward. Okay. Release the hands. And let's come back to hands and knees and step the right foot forward. Now in this, some might want a yoga strap. If you're like still working on gathering yoga props, I don't think that yoga props are a really back-ordered item, meaning, go ahead and get them if you can, locally or otherwise. I bet sometimes the yoga studios are, might be doing drop-offs or something, So right foot forward, left knee back, and if you don't have a yoga strap, that doesn't really matter. You could use a belt, right? So right foot forward, left knee back, and then maybe pad the knee. Okay, we're gonna come up both hands to the front thigh, release the back toes, and then bend deeply. Press down through your hands and lift the chest and roll the heart open. Okay, now some of us might stay here. This might be a lot, or reach back, grab the foot. Okay, or that's where the strap comes in. Reach back, loop the strap, grab the strap. Okay, so there's always a way to modify and make it work for you. Just like we modify and make life work for us as we go through challenges. Lift up, do what we can, we show up, we arrive, and if we have less challenges, maybe we help out those in need. Breathe, breathe. Caught me at an interesting time. I was reading a Navajo article before class about one of my friends that her friend wrote it. They work as doctors on the reservation with the Navajo. So, there's just like a lot going on. We can always kind of be there to help support those supporting others. Maybe both hands grab. Maybe the top of front arm goes up. And exhale, release. But if we get stuck in our own fear, lift the back knee, we often don't have the capacity to show up. Downward facing dog. That fear can sometimes show up in our hip flexors, which is why I'm talking about it. Left foot forward, right knee comes down. We come up to the front thigh, deeply bend, and then release the back toes. Press down through your hands and lift up through the chest. Okay, you're probably feeling it in this psoas hip flexor region of the back leg. Okay, we can stay with this or reach back, go for the foot. Typically I'm reaching with the same side hand as foot initially, but keeping the navel neutral and maybe reaching with both hands or using the strap. Good, lift up. There's a lot of modifications that can be done here. This could go into like arms up overhead, reaching back, different things. If those are in your practice, you can try them out. On these warmer days, depending on where you are in the world, this may not be applicable, but here in California right now, it's getting pretty warm. On these warmer days, you want to watch your heat. If you start to feel overheated here in the practice, please do back off, go to child's pose, or take some extra breaths. Good. And slowly release that foot down. Let's tuck the back toes, lift the knee up, and then go ahead and go all the way back to downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, lower halfway. Inhale, lift heart. Exhale, take it back, downward facing dog. We'll step right foot forward, please. Warrior one. Inhale, rise all the way up. Just touch and go on warrior one here. And then exhale, let's take the hands behind the back. Now, if you're a beginner, take the hands to the heart. If you've been practicing for longer, interlace the fingers behind the back. Lift your chest. How many times have I said lift your chest today? Many. Consider it done, right? Inhale, exhale, come forward, 45 degrees and pause. Now, heart stays forward, hands behind the back, lift the back heel, and then rise up to a T position, sponsored by the letter T for Tuesday. Good, go there. Maybe hands are at the heart. Do what you can. My leg's a little too lifted. So make sure your leg is in a T position, not too lifted, not too lower. Now it should be good. Breathe, breathe. For 3, for 2, and for 1. Now everyone release the hands. We'll take the left hand to the ground or to the block. See, my leg likes to overlift here. Don't do that. Keep it straight back. Head a T position. Left hand to the block. Let's bend the standing knee a little bit. Start to turn your belly to the right. Turn your rib cage to the right. Maybe reach the top arm up. Good. Take a big inhale, and then exhale. We'll step it back. Let's simply slide the block back with us, and then step the back foot down. Come into that revolved triangle. I'm going to go higher on the block, or use my shin and turn the chest. Squeeze the inner thighs together a little bit, like we have the block there. And then push the outer thighs out a little bit, then turn the belly. Gaze could be medium, down, or up. Big inhale. Exhale, let's release both hands to the mat. Now let's pause, feel in one-legged forward fold. Maybe a couple exhales out through the mouth. Good. Bend the front knee. Step back to plank pose. Option to flow through or option to come to down dog. Good. Left side, second side, warrior 1. Back heel comes down. We rise up. Touch and go with the lift. Exhale, take the hands behind the back. Second most comfortable interlace. Do the one that's weird feeling. Lift up. If you're a beginner, hands go to the heart. Work with that. Now we know where we're going. Second side's always, quote unquote, the easy side, to quote my teacher friend T.S. He says second side, easy side. Exhale, come forward 45 degrees. Now lift lift the heel, the back foot up. Draw the navel in. Pause there. This may be enough today. Or come, body down, leg up. Sponsored by the letter T. Tuesday. You could be watching this video any day. We'll leave it recorded enough for you guys. If you wobble, if you get distracted by the camera or something else, just be with it. Navel's drawing in. Good, and then everybody hands to the heart. Right hand down to the block. Left hand to the hip. Bend the standing knee a little bit. And then start to turn the chest towards the front leg. Maybe re-extend that leg and take the top arm up. Kick your heel back into infinity and beyond. Gaze could be down, to the middle, or up. My knee gets lazy a little bit. Leg gets lazy. Push it back. Good. And then hand to the hip. Let's slowly step back. Walk your block back near the foot. And then maybe go a little higher on the block. Squeeze the inner thighs. Turn the chest. Revolving our triangle pose. Inner thighs squeeze, outer thighs press, belly spins, heart opens. One more breath here, and then exhale, we slowly release, unwind, and lower. Let's fold forward over the front foot. Maybe those deep inhales with a little bit of a sigh and exhale. Good. Let's bend the front knee. Step back to top of a push-up. Lower halfway through. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, tailbone back. Downward dog. Good. Now we're ready. Bend the knees. Walk the feet forward. Cross the ankles, and let's come to a seat. Just go ahead and sit cross-legged with the shins forward here. So what shins forward means is that we're not cross-legged like this. We're coming forward, kind of like the children sit a little bit more when they do this pose. And then let's take the right hand up, bend the elbow, reach up over with the left, and just give it a little love there. Pull in, elbow in towards the ear. At the same time, see about relaxing the thighs down. Drop back. You could stay with this or take that left arm out to the side. Internally rotate the shoulder joint and then reach back. Keep the elbow drawing in, keep the head in a neutral space. Good. Slowly unwind, release. Shake the shoulders out a bit. Let's do second side. Inhale. Exhale, bend the elbow. Go ahead and have the helper hand. I'm going to pull in towards the ear just gently, and then internally rotate that elbow a little bit. Let's switch the cross of the ankles while we're at it here. I'm going to take that right arm out to the side. Internally rotate and then reach around. See about the hands grasping, or again, you could use that belt. Use the hands back there as feedback to lift your chest. Good. And release. Okay. So now we really are ready. So coming to the back, we'll do some back bending. Go ahead and come all the way around to your back. Bend the knees. Take the soles of the feet down on the mat. Grab your yoga block to start. Let's just do one with the block. Go narrow distance on the block or use the book. Hold that between the thighs. Let's take the arms down by the sides today. Palms face down. Now as we press the palms down, can we pull the upper arm bones down, outer upper arm bones down? So then those wings come in. It's like we're tucking the wings. And then lift the hips. Squeeze your block. Press and lift. Breathe and breathe. Good. Now we could stay with this or transition the arms a little bit, interlacing the fingers as we've done today. And then let's bend the elbows a lot with that. A lot, like almost so you're, punching your glutes a little bit. And then lift up a little more, so lift the glutes away from the hip. Lift the chin. Now lift the heels. Lift the hips a little more. Squeeze the block. Lower the heels back down. Good. Lift the heels again. Release the arms. Take the arms up over the head. Roll down one vertebrae at a time. So isolate each vertebrae like it's its own precious treasure. Slowly roll down. Release the arms. Now we'll do second set in a moment. Just give yourself a moment though. So second set, you'll either do the same or wheel pose if it's in your practice. If you've got the idea of the block and you feel like you could lose the block, get rid of it, go for it. But know that that block can sometimes keep us really honest in the pose, so maybe you keep it even for wheel pose. We'll walk the feet in a little bit. So first, beginners, you're going to definitely do bridge pose. Those more advanced, wheel pose. Arms go up, elbows bend, elbows in, shoulders, shoulder heads, now this is true, down, elbows in, shoulder heads down, and then chest lifts, lift heels, lift hips. Now you could stay right here, this is plenty, or move your head to where your shoulder blades are, come up to the crown, elbows in, and then lift up. Squeeze the block. Maybe drop the heels down. Maybe lift the heels up. Maybe drop the heels down. 3 more breaths. And then release to the back of the head slowly and all the way down. If you're in bridge pose, lift the heels, roll down, rest, pause, feel. Let's release the block now. Move it off to the side. Soles of the feet together. And take the elbows wide. Palms go up. Good. So one more round of back bend. Now if you're pretty tired, one little breather. You can grab the block again, put the block under your sacrum, come up to that, and simply be. Or bridge, or wheel. One more set. Go for 10 breaths wherever you go. I'm going to choose easy route today. So I'm going to choose that block. You can choose for you. If you're feeling you want to bring it up into the full wheel pose, please do. Make it your practice. Wherever we go, bring a little more softness, a little more ease. And then after those 10 breaths, lift the hips, lift the heels, lift the arms up overhead. You're in bridge, roll down one vertebra at a time. This time, let's take happy baby as a counter pose. Bend the knees, take the soles of the feet up. Grab the feet. Notice the head and the neck. See if we can create a little more ease there. Maybe turn the chin to the right. Breathe into the low belly. Back to center and maybe turn the chin to the left. Good. Release the feet. Let's roll to the side and come around and all the way up. We're going to sit on a little lift again. Support your pelvis. Be happy with that support. Extend both legs. Take the hands behind, lift up, then bend the right knee. Place the foot near the left knee, but about one hand's width apart. We'll twist towards the right. If you've got any props nearby, like a wall, you could use it. Twist to the right. Got a couch there. Gaze over that shoulder. Keep the twist and de-rotate the head. And release. Nicely done. Second side. Roll the foot down. It's about the same distance away from the pelvis as the knee, but then one hand's width from the knee. And we twist. Bring it in. Inhale. Lengthen. Exhale. Turn. Gaze goes over. And keep the twist. Let's de-rotate the head. And release, unwind. Please extend both legs. Now advanced practice. And keep the knees straight. Inhale and exhale, we'll fold. For more beginners, you're going to bend the knees. Come forward. Or anyone that just wants a little less on their hamstrings and a little more love to your low back, bend the knees. If you have the block nearby, you might place the block under the head. Be restful. Stay with that. Breathe in the Paschimottanasana. Good, and then stay here as long as you like. Eventually, gradually inhale, rising up. Take just a little lift of the heart, bend both knees. Lift that. Gaze goes up. Beautiful, and then release. We'll come all the way down to rest in Savasana, final relaxation. Some of you might like to meditate for final relaxation. That's okay too. We did a nice long forward fold, so you could do a meditation for your final relaxation. Otherwise, get all set up. Maybe a nice blanket underneath the knees. Legs extend. You want to tuck the glutes under a little bit as we roll back. Press into the elbows. Tuck your wings in a little. And come to rest. From here, we'll take a huge inhale. Fill it up a little more. And then, let it go. 2 more just like that. Let this inhale fill up like it can fill the whole body. Puff out all the tissues. And as we let go of anything we don't need. Listen to the noises around. Allow them to be in your periphery. Be like a river stone. Deep under the water. Undisturbed. Invite your breath to deepen. And just slowly and gently come back to the space. Lightly touch the tips of each finger to the thumb. Lightly clench the hands. Rotate wrists and ankles. And then as we exhale, let's draw the knees into the chest. Give them a little squeeze. Come around and up to our comfortable seat. Take a moment to pause. Draw the two hands gently together. Just feel the body. We notice everything. We invite ease. Let's close practice with one round of breath into sound of Om. Deep inhale. Exhale completely. Inhale to Om. Thank you for sharing in practice and energies. Namaste. I appreciate you all. This will stay up on Facebook and YouTube, so you can share it with friends if you want to. Just hope you're having a great week out there, and make sure you get some sunshine. Very good to get a little sunshine. Okay, much love.